Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. I am in the process of using oracle cards to set some intentions. And I thought, well, I might as well take you along with me. If I'm doing it, then maybe somebody would benefit from also doing this with me. So we are going to be working on releasing victimhood energy. And this could be within your own life or your ancestral line. Okay. Now, the reason I've chosen this one is because, as many of you know on the channel, I listen to Lee Harris Energy, and I will link his video from February below and in the description. And one of the things he said was coming up that he channeled from his, they're called the Z's, from the entities that he channels, is the release of victimhood as an energy template. Okay. Now, this has come up quite a bit, which is why I wanted to work on this. I thought, you know what? I keep getting this message as something that we in the world have to work on, not just people in this community, but in the world. It's like trapped in the earth type of thing. Okay. I was just listening to another podcast where there was a Native American woman who'd been taught by her grandfather about this time that was coming, and that how much trauma is being like just kind of brought up right now, which is why there's so much chaos. And the idea is that it comes up and dissolves. We don't need to process it because some of it's not even our own. We need to get it out of our bodies and let it dissolve. Okay. So one of the ways that I work with this kind of thing, because it's easier for me than just, trying to guess like, well, what should I be, focusing on? I like to use the oracle cards. It just makes it's a nice little tool, and it makes it much easier for me to just concentrate on something. Okay. Now, the very interesting thing is, of course, I asked my SGs which of my cards, I've got about 50 now, which of my oracle decks they wanted me to use. And again, you can't make this up. I got to get that on one of our mugs, which I think our shop is opening soon. Today, maybe tomorrow. The language of letting go. Out of all the decks that I have, about 50, this is the one that popped out of my deck oracles, because I have them all written down on each individual card. So that's what we're going to use. So I have my bullet journal ready to go. I just need to play with I just did that rush, but I'll decorate that a little bit more. So I've got this ready to go. I've got my little squares. All you need is a piece of paper. You don't need anything fancy. I just use a bullet journal to capture all my different things. Okay. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to do this together. Okay. So I am going to shuffle the deck, say the prayer, shuffle the deck, ask for messages on what they want us to know for releasing victimhood energy. Okay. I'm going to read the card, and then I'm going to decide out loud with you what makes sense for me to write in my squares. Now, you are going to decide what makes sense to write in your squares or on your list from that card. Okay. What's really cool about this deck is that it's just words. So that's one side, and then the other side looks like that. So we've got quite a bit of messaging to work with. Okay. Again, I will link this deck below in case you're interested in taking a look at it. Now, this was developed by David R. Hawkins, MD and PhD. So it's 44 cards, inspirational cards to experience the power of surrender. Okay. So once I get my words down, then I'm going to maybe sit with my crystals a little bit and maybe put some crystals on my words. These are my intentions. I specifically put intentions. Okay. And maybe I'll put my crystals on here. Maybe I'll stick this in the sunlight And then maybe when I do a little meditation, I'll focus on these things and just ask for it all to be dissolved. Maybe, okay, this is what we'll do. Tomorrow or the next day, I will do a public video on clearing victimhood energy. I'll put it on the public channel. Okay. So then we could clear what we worked on here. Okay. So let's do that. That'd be great. Okay, so let's get started. I probably won't fill up all my boxes with you today because of time, and I'll just keep the video like 30 minutes. But it'll give you an idea, and then go grab your own Oracle deck or go back to other videos where I've used lots of different oracles and get messages. Or when next time you're listening to a podcast and you hear something about victimhood energy that resonates with you, write it down because there's a reason it's resonating with you. Okay. All right. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. This deck is amazing because they're so smooth. I like smooth. None of them stuck together or anything. Really nice paper. So it's more like cardboard, not paper, but okay. Can you guys please tap into all of our collective spirit teams and help us to know? So any of our spirit teams can give us input on this because again, we're working on not only our own victimhood energy, but collective victimhood energy. Okay. That is something I think we need to be releasing in order for all this chaos to start calming down. Okay. So that's why I'm kind of taking this kind of seriously, these energy updates that Lee Harris gives. So yeah, Lee Harris. Okay. All right. So what's the first message you guys have for us in terms of helping us to release victimhood energy? What do you want us to focus on first? Okay. Whoop, there it goes. Okay. And there's actually two here. So I got all my stuff sitting on the floor down here. Okay. So let me just ask real quick. So which card do you guys want us to use? Do you want us to use both of them? No. Do you want us to use the green card? Yes. And do you want us to use the light purplish card on the right? No. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this one back. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So see what resonates with you, even if it's in the design. So maybe there's something there that you think to write down. Okay, so you're going to write down your own stuff. So the mechanism of surrender is simple and the truth is self-evident. Is it? Okay, well, I like the fact that surrender is simple. I kind of like that, to be honest. So we could, as an intention, I could, or you could, as an intention, write down releasing victimhood energy is simple because that's an intention and we want to make it simple, right? So I kind of like that word for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. After, let's read the other side and then you can decide what you want to write. Okay. It works during daily life. There is no dogma or belief system. You verify everything for yourself so you cannot be misled. Okay. The mechanism of surrender is simple and the truth is self-evident. It works during daily life. There is no dogma or belief system. You verify everything for yourself so you cannot be misled. Okay, so the truth is self-evidence. So it's basically like really listening to your intuition. For me, that's the part I'm going to write down is that I'm just going to write, I'm going to use orange with orange and purple. I'm going to go ahead and write releasing, because I don't think many of us think or believe that releasing trauma is simple. And I want to make it an intention that it is. okay? Because we want to ask for what we want. We want to intend, we want to set the intentions of what we actually do want, not what we don't want. So that's the word that's kind of sticking out for me. So releasing victimhood, or you could do trauma, whatever works for you. Victimhood. I'm going to put and trauma energy. And trauma energy is simple. And then I did like, I do like the word surrender, and truth is self-evident. Truth is self-evident. I'm going to put surrender for me, surrender, on another square. So I just did that for now. So releasing victimhood and trauma energy is simple. Surrender. Okay. All right, let's go for another card. You can always take pictures of the cards too when I'm holding them up, if that's easier for you. Then you can come back to them if you're just relaxing right now and listening to this. Okay, do you guys have another card for us? Another card to help us. Thank you. Oh, I don't even know where that went. It tried popping, but it'll come up again if it was supposed to. All right, another card. What else do you want us to know to help us each personally release victimhood and traumatic energy from our bodies? And while doing that, it helps the earth, I believe. It helps collectively. Can you imagine if, okay, so there's 38,000 people in this community. I don't know how many people actually listen. And how many people will probably skip by this video, cut, clear, cancel. Maybe everybody will find themselves here when they're ready though. But let's just say, I don't know, 3,000 people do this and take it seriously. That's 3,000 more people who are releasing victimhood energy. I'll take it. I'm just going to pull those real quick. Okay, and helping the earth do that, you know. And then maybe when people pass away, the more we release it, they'll take that with them, because that's something that we recently talked about, how during in the Golden Future, chapter 3, we're reading it in the Spirit Circle, which is the membership on the channel. Apparently during COVID, when all those spirits decided to cross over after they got COVID, is they did, I love this, they did one last act of service work, is what she says in the book, The Golden Future. One last act of service work, and took a bunch of negative energy with them, and just so it could dissolve away from Earth. So that's awesome. So us releasing this would be, you know, because there's a lot, you know, people pass away every day, and they'll have their last act of service work then to help us do that. So okay, did you guys want us to do either of these two cards? All right, do you want me to do both? No. The one on the left? The one on the right? So they said yes to the one on the left and no to the one on the right. Okay. All right, let's see. Although letting go seems simple, it's funny because I just wrote that down, and easy, its ultimate effects are profoundly powerful. Okay. Profoundly powerful. Beautiful card. You can almost take a deep breath and just let it go already, right? All right. We can picture it being similar to the wheel of a ship. If we make even 1 degree change in the compass, we will notice little difference, but that change will end up taking us to a very different place, many miles from our original course. I love it. Okay, so did you get any intentions out of this card? So let's see. I'm trying to think how I could turn. So although this side says, although letting go seems simple and easy, its ultimate effects are profoundly powerful. So what could be an intention? We can picture it being similar to the wheel of a ship. Okay, so in terms of it being easy, I'm just going to write for me. Again, you guys write what you want. I expect the release to go unnoticed. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want things to be gentle and smooth and not chaotic. So I am just intending that the release of victimhood energy that I'm working on, I expect the release to go unnoticed. It's okay. I like it. Because that's what he said. If we make even a 1-degree change in the compass, we will notice little difference. But that change will end up taking us a very different place. Okay? So it's okay to have the intention to have it go unnoticed. We don't need things to be complicated. We overcomplicate stuff. So I love that. So how could we use its ultimate effects are profoundly powerful as an intention? I think under surrender, because I had just put surrender as one word. Okay, actually, no, I'm going to do an intention that the effects, because that is an intention, the effects are, I was going to say will be, but are profoundly powerful. So that's my intention, is that the effects of releasing this victimhood energy will be profoundly powerful. Okay? All right. I'm doing this off the cuff, so I kind of like it's like I'm doing it with you. We're doing it together. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that card aside. All right, let's do a couple more. We got a little bit of time. Okay, so right now I've got 4 written down. Surrender, I don't really have written as an intention, but that's okay. All right. What other messages do you guys have for us? I just feel like these two. All right, just in case. Do we have any poppers here? Any others you want to share? Any others? Any others? Okay. We had that one popper. Not too many popped out today. All right. So are there any cards in front of me that you're ready for us to use? You think would be helpful for us? Okay. The one on the left. The first one on the left. So yes. The second one. Yes. The third one. Oh, wow. And the fourth one. So all 4 of them? Okay. Well, our work is done here. Okay. I'm going to put them in the order that I grabbed them, actually. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, ready? Okay. Our letting go of the lower energies of guilt, fear, anger, and pride has alleviated the weight of the past and cleared the clouds of the future. Beautiful. Okay. We face today with optimism and are grateful to be alive. We see that yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not yet come, and we only have today. All right, this one is pretty easy for me. So I'm going to write down, so if you want to take a picture of that, I'm going to write down as an intention is that basically letting go of the lower energies of guilt, fear, anger, and pride. Let go. Okay, so I'm just going to write letting go letting go of all lower energies, including guilt, fear, anger, and pride. Okay, so that's what I'm going to have in my book. And I can see how, victimhood energy can result in those things: guilt, fear, anger, pride. So then, has alleviated the weight of the past. Okay, so I have in the intention that releasing victimhood energy will release, will alleviate. I'm just going to say release. I like release better. So I'm going to say release the weight of the past. And then I'm going to say for me and collective. Just to include myself and then everybody. And then I'm also going to put clears the clouds of the future. Clears all clouds of the future. See, this is why it's so much easier for me to use these cards, right? It's a little bit like cheating, but not really. Well, because our guides are giving us messages. So, all right, here's the next one. Anger is binding, not freeing. It connects us to another person and holds them in our life pattern. Okay. Really good message about releasing victim energy. Look at the image on that. It's just so beautiful. So anger is binding, not freeing. It connects us to another person and holds them in our life pattern. Okay. We are stuck in the negative pattern until we let go of the energy of anger and its little payoffs of righteous indignation, feeling wronged, and the desire for revenge. Relinquishing anger brings us many benefits. Okay, that is really powerful. So make sure you take a picture of that if you want to. You can always pause it. Okay, there's a lot going on here. So we already did, right, releasing or letting go of all lower energies, including guilt, fear, anger, and pride. Okay, so anger is already in there. We are stuck in the negative pattern until we let go of energy of anger. So this one is specifically about anger, okay? So I'm going to do some specific ones on anger because I think that's a pretty, especially with victimhood, like and trauma. Yeah, you can get stuck there for sure, So let go of the energy of anger is just going to be one intention. I'm going to say letting go of all energy of anger. Okay. And it's little payoffs of righteous indignation, feeling wronged, and the desire for revenge. Okay. So letting go, again, you're going to write what you're comfortable with. Letting go of righteous indignation. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but okay. And then on a different box, I'm really working on this anger one because I think that a victimhood and trauma is a lot for me, and my just awareness settles in anger. Okay. So, and it might be totally different for you. So letting go of all feelings of being wronged. So I put that in my book. And then I'm going to say letting go of all desire for revenge. Okay. All right. That gave us a lot. Okay. All right. Make a decision that freedom is more desirable than having a negative feeling. That's good. That's really pretty too. The goal of surrender is transcendence. Our greater destiny is total freedom. Okay. So make a decision that freedom is more desirable than having a negative feeling. So my intention is freedom. So I'm just going to put freedom from, okay, so freedom from all negative feelings. Now, is using the term negative feelings no, I can't go there right now in terms of like, using the wording, because this is about releasing those things. So releasing negative feelings, basically. So you have freedom from all negative feelings. So I'm not going to get caught up in the wording right now. I'm going to ask my SG, especially when I do this clearing, that they not get caught up in the energy of how the words are stated. Okay. Because sometimes we can get like tripped up on that whole thing with manifestation and using the right words and the right order of things. And so we need to, if I do that, I just won't do this because it'll trip me up. So the goal of surrender is transcendence. Our greater destiny is total freedom. Okay. So I am actually going to write in a separate box, total freedom expected. Okay. Boy, this will really help us move into the golden future, won't it? All right. When we are surrendered, there is no longer the pressure of time. Nice. Wouldn't that be nice? Look at how pretty. All right. Frustration comes from wanting a thing now instead of letting it happen naturally in its own time. We have been talking about this over and over on the channel in terms of what's going on in the world, right? I think the SGs keep giving us, the spirit guides keep giving us messages. If you've watched other videos of mine, if you haven't, I'm going to be putting different playlists here in the four corners after this. So I think the spirit guides have been giving us a lot of positive messages, like, don't worry about it. It's coming. Be patient. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. And that's to help us to let things happen naturally, to help us live for this moment right now and not worry so much, So I'm really appreciative of them doing that. Patience is an automatic side effect of letting go. And we know how easy it is to get along with patient people. No, and we know how hard it is to get along with impatient people. Notice that patient people usually get what they want in the end. Okay. All right. Very strong message. So we're releasing victimhood. So I will allow this release to happen naturally. So the other part I like in this is patience is an automatic side effect of letting go. So frustration comes from wanting a thing now instead of letting it happen naturally in its own time. Okay, so I trust, I'm going to write another one. I trust all things happen in its own time. So really in 30 minutes, right? In 30 minutes, I basically, okay, it took me like 15 minutes to set up my page, but in 30 minutes, I pretty much have most of my intentions done. I'll pull a few more cards and then it's done. And now I can let the energies do its work. I can do some clearing over it. You can do some meditating with it. You could set some crystals on it. It really does not have to be hard. It can be just as easy as that. You can pray over it. You can, review it every once in a while and see how you're doing with it, But I think we're going to be doing our service work is in doing these kind of things right now, I think. So rather than just sitting around worrying, I think what's nice about this is it gives us some control of like, well, what can I do? Like, what can I do besides making the phone calls and doing the protests or whatever, depending on what's going on in your life. So it gives us something really active that we can do. So, all right, well, let me know what you think about this. I'm going to continue doing these every once in a while. I did another one last month on intentions. What was that one? It was, I haven't done this one yet. We need to do this one together. I've had my page ready. Clearing collective energy of scarcity. That one needs to be done. I just really felt I needed to do this one about victimhood. Yeah, I know we did an intentions. I can't quite remember. If I go to my index, I probably would see. Oh, we did intentions for the US government. Page 34. I will post that. I'll post that one here if you guys want to see that. But we did intentions, and in fact, I never really sat crystals down or anything. But my intentions for the US government, we did this together on a video. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, we did. So now you can add what other intentions do you have? Can you share with the community so that other people might go, oh, yeah. I want to add that. In fact, I'm going to wait. Or maybe I did February energy with you guys. I think that, I don't know. I can't remember now. I'll look for it. I'll post it here, whatever. I'll post some playlists and then post it there. But so, yeah. So if you can share, what did you get out of this? Did you pull any other cards? What are you working on in terms of releasing victimhood energy? And then I might grab some of yours if they resonate with me. And then other people can grab other ones from the community if they resonate. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me and doing this. I think we're doing good work. We'll keep it simple, gives us something to focus on, and trust that this is working, that we're doing good work here. So, all right, have a great one, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.